Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
And we're live. Welcome to a brand new episode of Anecdotally. The British Isles are a silly place, but they have great names and titles. I'm your host, Jay Fry, and with me, as usual, is Sean. How's it going, Sean?
It's Monday. We're here-ish, sort of.
And Garrick. How's it going, Garrick?
Oh, I'm sorry I made us late. It's all my fault, fellas, or ladies and gentlemen of the audience.
Yeah, that's it. Blame everybody.
The blame that is due to me. Jeez.
Here we are. We'll be rehashing RoboCop first, just in case we have any issues, and going from there.
Okay. I feel like we just did this.
I feel like we did too with the author. I just love Matt, first off.
Yeah.
I think he's not experienced enough to be jaded with Hollywood, is my new take. He's expecting masterpieces, and those are few and far between, but he's rating them as masterpieces, as if they were being put up against masterpieces.
Right. So basically,
in competition with.
He didn't get stuck with the Benji movies or the Cat from Outer Space as his baseline for bad movies.
And understand, bad movies can still be good. Maybe Garrick, but there is a god-awful movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
What do you mean god-awful? You smacked that right out of your mouth.
And I have been waiting for 30 years for a sequel.
They keep threatening.
But it has, Matt would have given it no stars.
Yeah.
There's no character development. There's plot holes. There's, it's not even explained why they visited, why they left, why cotton candy is their source of transferable mutagen, or whatever the hell. It wouldn't be his thing, even though it is a quality watch.
Highly recommend.
Oh yeah, absolutely recommend.
I think it's free on YouTube right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but there's not nudity or anything fun, but actually a lot of good movies on YouTube right now. Die Hard's on YouTube.
It was in my list just yesterday, and it's not on there now.
Hola. But I think he's...
Ole.
I think he's got more... he's just not been...
He lacks experience, is that what you're saying?
Not lacks experience. He lacks... Alright, so you have a dream job, and you have no experience in this job, but you have all these thoughts and feelings on what this job is going to entail. And then you find out that the job that you want is 93% bureaucratic nightmare. You're still doing the job. You're the space astronaut cowboy oil farmer. But you finally realize that it's 67% filing for oil leases and none of the astronaut cowboying oil farming. And he hasn't been jaded by cinema to appreciate mediocre cinema, really. Well, I guess if anything, it's our fault and not his fault, because we're the ones accepting 3s as 5s instead of vice versa. But I'm sorry, Tremors has everything. A love story, suspense, action, thriller, comedy, You even see a fence get put up. It takes 16 strikes to get the nail in the fence, but he gets there. Construction worker. Kevin is not. There's, honest to God, there is a scene in which Val is pounding a staple with razor wire to a fence, and it takes well over a dozen minutes. He's not a hammerer.
He's not an experienced carpenter.
Unlike Harrison Ford. But yeah, that is not Kevin Bacon's forte. But yeah, it runs a gamut. That's a quality movie. And same with Big Trouble in Little China. The love interest, character development. He goes from a dick to a jerk in just an hour and a half. Still refers to himself in the third person, though.
It's all in the reflexes.
It's all in the reflexes. That's old Jack Burton always says. It only rains when the clouds are out.
I never drive faster than I can see anyway.
That's a good movie. Yeah, we're from the telephone company. You can tell by our jackets. Let us in.
Yeah, because that poncho says telecom guy.
Yeah. But, yeah, he just, he hasn't been disabused of fine cinema yet. So our favorite movies are suffering from it because we have been disabused over the years. But, the other thing I would have talked to Matt about that I missed was the fact that the same week he put out the story of the lies the media were telling about mass shootings, which is a misnomer anyways, because as of last week, mass shootings were defined as 4 or more deaths, including the shooter if necessary, to conclude a mass shooting. That's not a mass shooting. That's a mass killing. What they are doing now is 4 or more people shot, period. So there can be no deaths, as we've seen. Chattanooga had no deaths. Pittsburgh had 2 deaths and 17 wounded. But that is gangland violence. And now we're going to see all the gangland violence, which is not going to be good for anybody. Because for every Chattanooga, which is a red state in a blue city, you're going to start seeing them in the blue cities and the blue states, like Pennsylvania.
Well, hell, we had one here.
Baltimore's
in Mesa.
popping out. Yeah. You're going to see them a plethora. I mean, they're still ignoring Chicago. And I know they're ignoring Chicago because we just had a weekend and 26 people were shot, and they're not talking about that one.
Well, because they're all separate incidences.
Well, usually they end up hitting 4 or 5 different people. So that's the new rule. Like, when you do a drive-by, it's like you have to wait till they're in a crowd. Like, you don't shoot them in the middle of the road. You have to wait till they're all at a corner and the 16 people are trying to cross the walk at the same time. Which, I mean, is helpful because you know where everyone's going to be, so you just unload into a crowd. But, I don't see how they could think gun violence is going to be the left's ticket out when they have, like, I think it's 34 straight months of 1 million plus gun sales per month. We like our guns. We're going to keep our guns.
Well, I think what we need, and the press won't do this, but what the right-wing media needs to do is start looking for and getting police reports where the gun saves the day and start promoting those as much as, oh, this travesty of a school shooting or, you know, all these shootings. Like the one we had here in Mesa, apparently this week, was a nightclub, was a bar. 2 people were dead in the parking lot. 2 other people got hit, and then they chased down the perps who had dropped a gun somewhere in the mile and a half that they were driving down the road before the cops got them pulled over. So, I mean, and it was just fucking scrub. I can't call them urbans because I live in a completely suburban city, but it was, urban types.
You can say blacks.
I don't know. I don't know that they were black, and there's a high probability that they were Hispanic. So I'm not saying that right now. I just can tell you
your area of the country's jogger anyway, kind of like mine.
Well, we just had that. What was it? Charlotte that had that. No, was it Virginia? Was it Virginia? It was on Timcast the other day. Like they were reporting on the shooting, and then it just came through that there was a shooting. There was a graduation party, and a group of people yelled at a guy who was driving too fast down the road, and one of that group was a woman who was armed, and she's like, "Hey, slow down, asshole! There's gonna be kids here." And he said some things and then left, and she said, "Oh, he's coming back." And he came back as soon as he started popping out rounds, which is as soon as he got out of the car, she put him down to the face. That prevented a mass shooting. 100%. He started unloading into a crowd and got stopped with a bullet. And that's the problem, is you can't usually say, I just stopped a Columbine from happening.
Well,
when you shoot somebody in the parking lot.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't know what it could have turned into.
But
that's
in
what
this
I'm saying. You need
instance, it's exactly what it was going to be. He planned to shoot into a party.
Right.
He started shooting into a party.
But we need more, like, they need to start scrolling through all the police blotters and, okay, yeah, so-and-so brandished and it stopped an armed robbery, it stopped a carjacking, it stopped this, it stopped that.
Well, what are we going to do? Get the Daily Caller, Daily Wire? Those are the people who are going to report something like that. They're not going to get picked up.
No, I don't expect them to get picked up, but we just need the countervailing evidence, the countervailing stories for every Uvalde. We need, a half a dozen, but Billy Joe Bob stopped a thug from rolling a convenience store. Marcia...
What a world we live in.
McGillicuddy stopped a carjacking. Stuff like that.
Yeah. I said, what a world we live in where Joe Bob is now Asian.
Well, rooftop Koreans, best Koreans.
Well, the Tim Pool had a guest last week. It was his name was Joe Bob. He was Asian. Yeah, we can hear you, Cat.
Yeah, he likes to yell at me.
Hey, Fiery Waco. We see you.
Yeah, we did earlier.
So, quick shout out to Sargon for letting me rip off the Lotus Eaters title card.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's directly ripped off of the Lotus Eaters. I didn't ask. I just ripped it off. He's in another country. Sue me, Sargon.
He might.
He could.
He is quite litigious, but you need to just keep your mouth shut, because that's how he really loses. Or that's how he really wins.
Smartest thing he did.
I am going to claim ignorance.
You can. It was solely my decision.
I definitely can, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
The title card.
No, I know. Sean, stop.
What did I just tell you about keeping your lips together? Now we're all accomplices. Biden had a interview the other day where he said that a 22 will stick in your tissue, but a 9mm will blow your lung out.
Yeah, it's kind of the exact opposite.
Joe, a
22 likes to bounce.
a deadly, dangerous, evil AR-15 shoots a 22 caliber rifle bullet.
That too.
He doesn't know that though.
Yeah. Well, he's still on the take a double barrel shotgun, fire 2 rounds in the air.
Yeah, he's on that crowd still.
I'm like now you don't have any bullets in your double barrel shotgun.
They make a double barrel pump.
Technically, yeah, it's D12, DS12, doubles.
Is it
DS12.
a pump or is it a semi-auto?
It's 2 pump action shotguns side by side.
Okay.
It's kind of like the double-barreled 1911. It's just 2 1911s shoved
Stacked
together.
yeah, it's
with
basically stacked
welded together.
yeah, with a single side.
Yeah, it's not like the new M&P 12 shotgun or the KSG, which is 2 under mag tubes going into a single feeding into a single barrel. It's side by side pump action shotguns, so double barrel.
Because I'm pretty sure there's a double barrel semi-auto. There's a whole lot to go wrong there. That's basically all that boils down to.
Yeah. I don't own a single semi-automatic shotgun.
All about the pumps.
All about the pumps.
I still want a side by side.
I would take it over and under.
Those are usually money because they're much nicer.
Mm-hmm.
They're a bitch to make too.
Which one, the over under or the side by side?
The over under.
Over under, yeah. So, do you guys know who Alex Stein is?
Yes, I'm aware of who Alex Stein is.
I don't like him.
I don't either. He was on Friday Night Tights on Friday. No, he wasn't. Friday before last.
He does the impromptu poetry at the
Town
school.
halls.
Yeah, the school meetings and town halls.
Well, he's no
I don't care for
Cassidy. I don't know what Cassidy's last name is, but the guy who goes full tilt.
No, well, he's attempting to be on that level.
Right. No, but they had Friday Night Tights, not last Friday, but the Friday before, had both Alex Stein and Cassidy. I cannot remember Cassidy's last name, but he's the guy who goes full tilt. At
The crying and the wheezing.
Yes, and the screaming, Joe Biden's our savior, that sort of thing. Full tilt, full.
Fix me in the ass.
Yeah. And yeah, he was kind of insufferable.
Yeah, well, he was part of the Dallas, the people interviewing the people who were outside boycotting the drag show. And he has videos following a dragger, whatever they're called, drag queen, to their car, and just relentlessly harassing them. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
And I am upset by how nice the car they get into is. Yeah, I agree about the cannons. Like he's had to have been corrected, and he just doesn't care. But same thing, like he knew he was lying about the good people on both sides for Trump, and he used it the entire election process. Did it all the way up until days after the Rittenhouse verdict.
He did it after the Rittenhouse verdict.
I said days after.
Yeah. Okay.
He's just a lying piece of shit.
Go for
But
it.
how much is he paying attention to things? Is the real question.
Nothing. He's given talking points and just goes out and spews them.
Is he giving money? There's no way they put out that you can't have a canon when it's explicitly written in writing that you can.
They absolutely do, because the people feeding him the lines don't do research. They go with feeling. So, well, nobody should have a cannon. So there's no way that cannons were legal. That's ridiculous. They're too expensive. No private individual would have a cannon. And that's how they think. And then they just run with that being true, despite it being not. Like, hell, even my Boy Scout camp had a freaking 6-inch cannon.
I gave Matt a cannon for his birthday.
Diameter.
It's tiny.
6-inch diameter cannon.
Oh, well, mine's 6 inches long.
Right, no, it's not a little pop cannon. It was a full-blown, put powder in, ball if you want, and, touch it off with a match in the pan, and it makes loud boom.
Mm.
Jeff Bridges got a new movie coming out called The Old Man. It's looks interesting. I know it's a TV show apparently. Good luck with that, because you are an old man.
I need to watch Josh Brolin's latest thing. I think it's on Netflix. Maybe it's on Amazon. It's a little series about a ranch in Wyoming that's got like a portal to another dimension in it.
I have that. I think it's on Prime.
I think it might be Prime. Yeah.
I downloaded it. It's Outer Range. Yeah, I downloaded all 8 episodes. I didn't know it was Josh Brolin. Oh, it is Josh Brolin. Look at that. Good Lord. First episode's 2.1 gigs. Second episode's 1.5. Third 1.6. Fourth 2.2 gigs. Jesus. This thing's taken up like 15 gigs for 8 episodes. I'll have to watch those this week.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, I also have to watch Hatched. The discovery of a lifetime could destroy mankind. An obsessive scientist discovers a way to bring dinosaurs back to life, and when his family comes to visit, they find him dead, eaten by his creations. And if they escape, these monsters could threaten the city, so they must be contained and destroyed. I don't think that's an actual thing. Like, I get that if you don't stop a zombie outbreak before they break off in every direction, but I don't think dinosaurs can breed fast enough that if they escape, they would destroy the world.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, it's just not how it works.
No, you get a Burt Gummer that just guns them down.
Well, yeah, so, like, as far as it goes with ass blasters, or not ass blasters, screechers, they, if they ate 10 people, they'd make a second one. So that could, the multiplication of those could be much more dangerous. But a dinosaur, if there's enough that you could take them on, so there's like 16 dinosaurs, the 16 dinosaurs eat 16 people. Then they eat another 16 people. Then people realize stuff's up, and they form a posse, and then the dinosaurs lose from attrition. There's 7 billion of us. It's just not going to work. You don't have Skynet in the corner mass producing T-800s or whatever. So, yeah, there's the production of a threat. Yeah, that's different. So the first episode of Outer Range was boring as hell. Well, I saw the first episode of what's the Hawkeye? Is it called Hawkeye? The Hawkeye show
Yeah.
about the girl. It was god awful, but they started getting a little better, and I'm like 4 out of 6 episodes into that. But sometimes you have to get through things. But yeah, it's just something that's atrocious. So do we have anything particular on the Boris? Just he didn't get no confidence.
Well, there was a no confidence vote brought in Parliament for Boris, ostensibly for the COVID parties that he threw, lavish, drunk, where they all get smashed, or pissed, as they would say, at a party when the lockdowns were in order. Ostensibly, that's what it's for, but realistically, it's because Boris is not governing as the conservative leader that he was elected to be. So the news will all say it's about those parties, where it's really just about him not doing basically anything, and somehow he managed to pass the no confidence vote, meaning that he gets to stay prime minister and elections won't be immediately forthcoming. And then the Jubilee bit is it coincides with the celebration for Queen Elizabeth's 70th year of her reign, which I always thought the Jubilee was for the 75th, but I guess they're just predicting she's not going to make it another 5 years, so they did it early.
Who wanted you to see this?
Wondering if she makes it to 75.
Well, she's already like 92, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She's old. Let's see here. '96.
Yeah, she's getting close.
Yeah, so she's 96. So she's probably not going to make it to 101. So I guess that's why they're doing it on the 70th instead of the 75th.
Is there just the 3 episodes of ObiWan, or is it?
So far, Wednesday there'll be the 4th.
Okay, so they are still coming out, so I won't watch that until.
Yeah, there's a total. Out. My understanding is there's a total of 6 of them, and I made the mistake of watching the 3. It's galactically bad.
Really? Oh.
I was going to give it a shot. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I did like.
There are, I think, 3 things in it that I could appreciate, and then the rest of it is such hot garbage that it's it's their standard fare, dude. It's their standard bait and switch. It's the same thing they did with Hawkeye. It's the same thing they did with Scarlet Bitch. It's the same thing they did with Loki. You give it a titular male character that everybody's interested in. Oh, this could be an interesting story. It's really about a chick.
Oh, they He-Man'd it. Son of a bitch.
Oh, well, fuck them then.
I mean, we all know that Obi-Wan was on Tatooine so that he could keep an eye on Luke. And the first thing he does in this frickin' series is leave Tatooine and Luke. It's fucking retarded. And then the chick that's getting all the supposed hate for being black and terrible, it's really that she's just terrible. And her blackness has nothing to do with the fact that she just stinks on ice.
That pisses me off, man. Like Loki, the time god at the end was just fucking awful. Like, I don't care that he was black. I wouldn't like him if he was white.
Well, he's not supposed to be a likable guy, so.
Oh no, he was just awful.
I actually didn't mind the acting so much in that with that character on Loki. It was just a terrible story. But in this case, it's a terrible story combined with atrocious acting. Like, she is like, there are high schoolers in drama clubs that are better than this broad.
Mako said, unless you can prove it was sent racial slurs, I'm assuming it all came from Jesse Smollett. That would be hilarious if he just is discovered to be like this giant cause of racial animosity between black people and black people, because he's posting everything so that other people will have his comments as like fodder against the racism. Like, he's hate crime at other people now. Like, yeah, he called you coon face now. Like, wait, what? How did you know that? I guess. He's doing something on BET. I don't know if that was a joke or not. But apparently he's doing something talent related on BET 2. Good luck to you. By the way, you still have 180 days to serve. Speaking of, Chesa Boudin is got his nuts on the block. Can't believe Chesa Boudin's the name of a dude.
I don't even know who that is.
The California DA.
I thought that was a chick. What the fuck?
Chesa is a dude.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't know what he has, but he's got, I think he's got a primary coming up or something. Book of Boba Fett star admits the show messed up. Yeah.
Really? How so? What did they admit to?
I didn't. I got the title.
Yeah, you done fucked up, eh?
Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power doesn't try to compete with the films or Game of Thrones. Yeah, no joke. Because you can't. Every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie ranked best to worst? I don't think we're going to agree. What a day, what a day. I just don't, what's Timcast doing right now?
No, they should be wrapping up at this point. It was interesting to see Luke back, and Luke and Sheamus just pouring rage out. I'll probably have to go back and rewatch that one.
Milo Yiannopoulos is an unpaid intern for Marjorie Taylor Greene's congressional office.
Okay.
Is that legal?
Being an unpaid intern? Yeah.
Can a foreigner be an unpaid intern on a congressional staffer's staff?
Why not? They had a Chinese spy on Swalwell's staff.
It's more like a stub.
That's interesting. Brian Tyler Cohen says that new Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is accusing Democrats of child grooming, has hired far-right Milo Yiannopoulos as an intern. Yiannopoulos has advocated for legalizing sex between 13-year-olds and adults because he says 13-year-olds are not children and are sexually mature. What does that, like, do I need to vet my interns, the unpaid ones now? Really American One says Breitbart fired Milo Yiannopoulos for being pro-pedophilia. Now he has an internship for Marjorie Taylor Greene. Huh. So are you supporting the firing of pro-pedophiles? Or are you just throwing shade at Marjorie Taylor Greene? Something tells me you're just throwing shade at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Somebody with a flag in their name. I want to remind everyone that Milo Yiannopoulos thinks it's all right for men to have sex with 13-year-old boys. It's almost like you don't care. You're just using it for scoring points. What's an editor emeritus?
Isn't it emeritus just you don't actually do it, you just get the title? Isn't that usually what that means?
Well, it's Ben Shapiro. So he's a... Yeah, because you get the doctorate. This is all crap. I still haven't figured out if desantifying is a positive or a negative thing. Oh, Enrique Tarrio and 4 of the top brass over at the Proud Boys are charged with seditious conspiracy. Even though we know he wasn't there because he got stopped at the check-in and got arrested for having 2 empty magazines because he was dropping them off to somebody. So apparently you don't even have to be there to be seditious. Well, I guess the conspiracy anyway. And David Weigel got suspended without pay for his retweet of a sexist joke on Twitter.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's not funny because I'm pretty sure the bisexuals are the bipolars.
Well, I mean, and it's a joke that was literally around when I was in high school. So it's at least a 40-year-old joke.
Oh, okay.
30-year-old joke, I should say.
He didn't send it, though.
No, all he did was retweet it. It's just horse shit. And if you're going to work for a publication that's going to be that goddamn fickle...
You don't want to work for that publication.
Yeah, you're better off letting them terminate you. I mean, it sucks in the short term, but go do something meaningful for somebody meaningful, because you're obviously not doing that currently.
Nev Campbell won't be back for Scream 6 due to failed salary negotiations. That I completely agree with that. It's stupid. Like you can make your $600 on your one cameo appearance, or you could charge $200 and do 15 cameo appearances and make even more money. But in reality, these people are saying, if I gotta do this stupid thing, I'm going to charge for it. And that's what she did for Scream 6. Is she listed her price out, like, look, if you want me to do Scream 6, $7 million. Because she doesn't want to do Scream 6. And she said, I will do it if you pay me $7 million. So she's not at a loss because she doesn't want to do it. But if you pay the $7 million, it would be worth it to her to do that movie. So that's not a net loss to her. She didn't want to do it in the first place. So that makes sense. But if you actually need the money and you need $600, charge $100 and you'll make the $600. If you don't need the money, don't be on Cameo in the first place. But Cameo might be working with management companies that they have to put in a certain number of people to make their own particular quotas, so they pressure the people into doing them. So they have to do them. But they put their prices so high. Yes, they're on Cameo, so you can claim they're on Cameo, but the price is so high, they're not going to do it. Does Kyle right now really need video of him firing a Gatling gun with the term "come and take 'em, Joe"? I guess.
So, Garrick, have you? I mean, we had that brief conversation last night about like the change in the general mood.
Yeah.
Have you
I
given
wasn't
it any
asking
thought?
that about it, but have I given it any thought?
Yeah.
I just don't know how to change it. It's really just a byproduct of the news being so goddamn depressing.
On the plus side, we're coming up on midterms.
That'll be his busy season.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? Have you given it some thought?
The only thing I can think of is that the mood is changing, and you've got a lot of repetition and a lot of negativity out there, and I'm wondering if it's the negativity that's pulling people away. Like, so for as much as people were upset, and everybody was squawking in the media and everything like that during the Trump years, the people on in the blogosphere, the YouTube videos, had a lot of material to work with, and on the right side, it was all generally positive.
Yeah.
We loved that Trump was sending these people into, absolute apoplectic fits.
Yeah.
And we don't have that anymore. And I'm wondering if it's just the shine is off because, I mean, reality is still got, as Tim says, has got a conservative bias. And we're still technically winning, but it just doesn't feel like there's just not that positivity anymore.
Well, any day now, the Supreme Court's going to come out with the Roe v. Wade verdict.
Well, from what I've been told by my elders, this is kind of like the pre-Reagan years when you had Ford and Nixon, and they were kind of not doing a hot job of it.
I guess technically those are
it's just that even if we were winning in the culture war and the legal battles and stuff, they're fucking us on the economy so fucking hard. It makes it difficult to live. And that's what's hurting us.
Yeah.
Everybody's feeling that. You can't get away from that. So it's not so much a problem of the show in particular. It's just everything that it's producing is being funneled out of the show. And the thing that made him popular during the Trump years was, like you said, it was entertaining. Trump was an entertaining figure, and things were going well. So it was okay to have these luxuries, I guess you could call it, but that's not really the case right now.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, it's just, I mean, even even like Timcast is nothing but negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hell, even Crowder is, for the most part, depressing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's why I've been kind of turning away from it. The places I've been going for positivity are like historical podcasts. I've been listening to Young Heretics pretty much religiously since episode one, and all he does is Western canon, and so you get a lot of Socrates and Shakespeare and T.S. Eliot and the Bible and all kinds of other stuff like that. So when you get that broad sense of history, it brings you back from this time period we're in now. I guess it's helping me out a lot to focus not on the negativity, but to remember what I'm fighting for.
right, right.
Mm. Yep, that's where I'm at right now. How about you guys?
I am not depressed. I have OnlyFans. No, the
How well you're doing, I'm sure.
the people who are running their mouths with their stupid shit are getting hurt by the stupid shit they keep saying. So I'm fine there. These people are talking out. I've watched them say their dumb shit. Trump's gonna start World War III. Trump and Putin are in this together. Um, Trump's policies are going to cause fractions with this, that, and the other thing. And in reality, none of that happened. And now, 2 years later, all of it is happening. Trump is out of office. We're at the brink of World War III. China is doing their own damn thing. Biden is suffering at every level. And these people are too stupid. Like there's the normal people. Because we're talking 20% decides. There's 40% vote right, 40% vote left religiously. The entirety of the 20% are coming to our side with the sway of in primaries a full 8-point swing from 4 negative to 4 positive. So I'm not depressed. It's just mostly annoying.
I'm just wondering if like the format is going to have to adjust and change.
How would it adjust though? What's he supposed to talk about that isn't fucking god awful in the news?
Right. Well, I don't know.
Because he's doing enough as it is with the movie segment. I think that was a bit of a stretch for him as it is to get away from his regular programming, as it were. I don't know what else he would substitute it with.
I don't know that there is anything to substitute it with. The only advice I would have is, and I'll go back to what I was saying about the right needing to, showcase the stories where the gun saves the day, as opposed to, all the mainstream corporate media line of guns bad.
Mm-hmm.
We need uplifting stories. I mean, we would consider the snarky, good news we got out of Trump because it was driving our opposition crazy. We would see those as good news stories, even though they were just misrepresented, basic just stories that the media was trying to get, reassert control over the narrative with. But we need some actual good news sort of stuff. But good news doesn't sell, which is why it's never showcased. And unless there's a good way to format that into an interesting way and making it a small part of the status quo, that everybody appreciates. I'm not sure how to do that. If I knew how to do that, if I had a magic bullet, I'd be on YouTube making fucking, you know,
Bro,
Tim
you're on
Pool
YouTube
money.
right now.
Well, yeah, I'd have to get the ability to be monetized, and people actually need to watch, which we don't have. So
Have enough of. Come on. We have people that watch.
we have
Speaking,
one right now. One. I
Okay.
think
I'm
it's Steven.
Pretty
I'm
sure.
91. I'm 91 people away from being able to go live on TikTok.
And how many do you need? 100?
1,000.
1,000? Really?
Fuck you, bro.
I'm sorry.
I need
man. I didn't
91
realize
people.
you had a
How many
following.
do you need?
You're famous.
100? How many people do you need to go live? 92? 100.
Just saying. I know what this show is. I didn't think you were that popular.
Actually, I leave great comments. I got one. It's up to 1,500 likes. It's fucking killing me. This guy was like, Kwanzaa's been around for hundreds of years. I'm like, dude, Kwanzaa's so new. The creator of Kwanzaa isn't even dead yet. We all see this video, this HR chick with the teeth, who's talking about the freedom people, and she has all the power in HR, and the HR people talk, and they're not going to hire anybody, and it's too bad that your little babies that you brought to the rally are going to starve. Did you see this one?
No.
Well, Viva Fry says that the reality is that I feel bad for this woman because she is clearly mentally ill. The other reality is she feels empowered to aid and abet the destruction of the lives of her perceived ideological adversaries, and people will embrace her mental illness if it achieves that end. But she is smug and it's so freaking awful. Anyway, she's now being investigated, so that's a little ray of sunshine for me. She's a member of HRPA, and HRPA is aware of this video posted by one of its regulated members and does not condone or endorse it in any way. The statement made by HR practices therein, further, HRPA is reviewing this matter to determine if there has been a breach of the rules of professional conduct. So she is getting investigated for her rant about how HR determines what the rules of professional conduct are and how they won't hire you. She's about to get fired for this. So yeah, I take my small victories where I can get them. Bitch. And she looks just crazy eyes.
Oh my god.
And she's got that thing where her teeth and her tongue don't fit in the same mouth. So it all comes out kind of stupid.
She talks like she's fat.
Like her tongue's fat, maybe.
Yeah. So we all know what the golden rule is. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Bitches like this make me want to enact the silver rule, which is treat others how they treat you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It might be bad karma or bad form to wish bad things on people like this, but I absolutely do.
Well, that goes to the point, and they've been saying it for years. They want you dead. They want your children raped. They want your children starving. They want you imprisoned. And this is part of it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
The left is evil.
Well, and they do that thing where they project what they're doing onto their opposition.
Hmm.
They are
Yeah, but
everything that they have to say about their opposition. They are doing everything that they say their opposition is doing, and they are what they think their opposition are.
Oliver Darcy puts out a post about the suspension of David Weigel, and somebody comments underneath this shit goes, he looks like he's the type of dude that would retweet that. Dan Irish puts under it, so you're one of the bipolar ones, huh? Or so you're one of the polar ones, huh? He always has good comments. Amsterdam's beating people with batons and sending dogs to attack them. And people have these stupidest takes. If a dog's biting your arm, you don't care. It's obviously fake, because if a dog's biting your arm, you don't care about your bag. Like, the dude is just wearing his bag. He's struggling for anything he can get. It's not like he's adjusting his shit. But yeah, the first off, that dog's not mad. He's not angry. He's not upset. That dog's having a good old time. A dog that is trying to kill you goes through your throat or your groin. This dog was trained to go for your arm, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's happy as a clam to do it, too. He's not mad at you at all. He's trained to make those noises, to sound vicious, and to grab you by the arm and pull you to the ground. That's it. Pfeiffer says, if you go to Facebook on a daily basis, the posts with the most engagement are from Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, Real Candace Owens. It should scare us that Ben Shapiro's at Real Daily Wire has more followers than the New York Times or CNN. This is a problem for democracy. Ben responds, I'm sorry free speech is happening to you. Think of the free speech. And what's her dumbass said something similar about she's complaining about the death of democracy in America. I'm like, we're not a democracy.
Well, they obviously don't understand what democracy is. If that is the most popular thing,
That's
that
what they
means
stick with.
that is democracy. You're just on the wrong side of it.
Elijah Schaefer, who I do not care for, is he's under investments, and it says, if they do a $5,000 buyback, I'm selling my cheaper guns and buying better ones.
No shit, Sherlock. I wonder who else is in on that.
Well, what is it you can do? You can take or not a PVC pipe, but like an iron pipe that you can pick up at Home Depot. That you can put
buy
a
a
12
black
gauge.
steel pipe, and you can stick a nail on one end. You basically just zip tie that to a board, to a 2x4. Call that a gun.
Right, and then you can go sell that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kyle did Tucker Carlson tonight. If only we could suspend all journalists with no pay forever. Dan Irish. AOC is an idiot. Enough said. Oh, there was a cow loose in Oklahoma City, and a fucking cowboy on a horse with a lasso lassos the cow up. That's
The Republic still stands. That's the way it's supposed to go.
yeah, that's fucking. It's so, and it's so awesome to watch too. It's with the dudes posting their W's. I mean, it wasn't him posting it, but yeah, that's freaking. It's adorables.
I still need to go see Maverick.
Matt Bender, whoever that is, says ban gender and LGBTQ plus discussions in schools because it is up to parents to decide when and how to bring these issues up their children. He says it poorly. Parents decide, take kids to family-friendly drag show during Pride. Not like that! And then Neo responds, Pride improperly exposes children to nudity, fetish, and kink. There isn't such a thing as a family-friendly grooming session.
Do we ever figure out what happened with Elijah and Sydney Watson?
No, and we're never going to know.
What happened with Elijah and Sydney Watson?
Well, they stopped their show.
Which
They
I was
did?
somewhat enjoying on occasion.
Well, I'm still seeing stuff for Slightly Offensive, so you are here?
Yeah,
You
you
Are
are here.
is done. And it has been done for a while.
A few months now.
Probably because Sydney couldn't stop cussing.
No, there was something going on behind the scenes because they've been snipping at one another on Twitters. Or so I've been told.
Barstool Sports has it too.
Well, and Tim hasn't had either one of them back on.
Well, I know he's a friend of one of our friends of the show, but I don't care for him.
Who?
Elijah?
Yeah, Elijah and Bunny went to the same church.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm. But yeah, I don't know. I don't care for Elijah, and I'm not 100% sold on Sydney either, so.
Oh, I am. I like her. But I could be just using the wrong brain.
Mm. It's a strong possibility.
Yeah, there's something about quote-unquote woke Australians that rubs me the wrong way. Or based Australians, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Their baseness doesn't extend too far. It's very shallow.
Mm. It could be.
That's what happens when you're from a colony.
A penal colony?
A penal colony. So Stephen asks, can any of the people that want us dead be helped, or do they need to be taken out?
Yes, to both. Some can, some can't.
I like Daisy Cousins.
Yeah, she's like a trad woman from what I understand.
I don't know who that is.
Blonde's a fan of her.
Can I look up a picture of her? Can I look up a picture of her naked?
No.
Damn.
You can look up a picture of her. You would be hard pressed to find one of her naked.
Oh, Daisy Cousin's YouTuber, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I know her. So this is Australian thing still. Is that what we're talking about here?
I don't think she's Australian, but I could be wrong. I definitely don't hear the
You say
accent.
hard pressed, but one of her credits is Penthouse.
Really?
Yeah, she's an author for them. Yes.
Oh, come on.
But it is literally the second thing she's got as an accreditation.
Okay. Well, that's not the same as being a model.
No, it's not.
You almost had me there, good sir.
Oh, there's a picture of her butt. She does wear some scantily clad outfits. I'm seeing like 4 or 5 different see-through things. And a picture of her with Milo Yiannopoulos.
So Emmeline just turned 3, right?
2.
2. Yeah.
Okay. So it'll be next year where she's doing the Chuck E. Cheese level stuff.
My wife asked me the other day if I would bring my kids to Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, I wouldn't do their birthday party there, but if their friend has a birthday party there, it's kind of whatever.
They closed down the Chuck E. Cheese's out here. I don't think there's any left.
They're getting pretty close to closing all the ones in Louisiana too. There's still one off of I-10, but that's the last one that I'm aware of.
Let me see if there's any left. No, there's 3 of them left in town. None of them close to me, though. 2 on the west side and 1 down at the 101 and the 202.
Were you fans of them growing up or not really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have Chuck E. Cheese when I grew up. Like, they just weren't in the places where I lived. We had something called Billy Bob's. Showbiz Pizza, that's what it was. Thank you, honey. We had Showbiz Pizza, which was like Chuck E. Cheese's, but not nearly as Kid Vegas-y. It was just more entertainment and pizza than it was. They had some video games, but it wasn't like the ticket monstrosity that Chuck E. Cheese is.
See, I'm in a similar boat, but we definitely had a good substitute for it. Was Mr. Gaddy's.
There is one in Knoxville. All right.
And then we had a local joint here in Arizona called Peter Piper Pizza, which is basically the same thing. It just had much less of an
I
arcade.
saw those. I was going to ask you about that, what it was.
The pizza's definitely better than Chuck E. Cheese's. I can say that much. It's actually half decent pizza, but it's
Well, what do you think of Little Caesars pizza?
That's like bottom of the barrel.
Okay, just making sure, because that's I need to know that more than most things. Like, what's your opinion? Like, if you want to give me,
if you recommend pizza, what pizza will you recommend?
Well, if you're going to comment on pizza, I need to know how you feel about what I hate. You know,
Yeah.
Like if you're going to tell me that Top Gun was a shitty movie, I need to know what your idea of a good movie is.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing.
Like
Little
have you seen
Caesars?
Enola Holmes?
Little Caesars is the bottom of the barrel, but it's also still edible. So I'll give them that.
Well, the thing that Little Caesars has going for it is it's priced appropriately.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my problem is they came out with this Batman calzone dealy thingy, and I want to try it, but I'm like, but I remember what your pizza tastes like.
It's literally their round pizza with two ends folded up.
Yeah.
So don't
It's
bother, dude.
not even really a calzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't try it.
If you
But,
if you want the same thing, buy the $5.55 now because $5 was too little. Cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza and fold it in half.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
You'll get the same thing.
Pizza Hut is Pedo Hut?
Is it? I didn't
I can
know
see
they were
that.
bad.
I'm a Domino's fan. As far as mass chains go, there's actually a place around here called Gorgonzola's, I think is what it's called, and they have Jet's Pizza also has a type of calzone deal. And
Well, back in Louisiana, we have a chain called Rotolo's, and they're really good. They're on par, I would say, with Pizza Hut and Domino's and all that, but they're a small chain.
the best chain I can think of is called Tormino's, and they also have a giant fucking 24-inch pizza, and it's like 3 pounds of cheese.
We got one of those out here, but it's called Venenzia's.
So, Sean, where did Walter White get his pizza that was left on the top of the house?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
Pizza
That's the
Planet?
one
I have no idea, dude.
I need to know for next time when I go out there because I want to get one.
Okay, that's
Across
New
by their house.
Mexico, and as far as I'm concerned, it's just a big void between here and Texas.
Jeez, man.
Fuck New Mexico. The only cool thing about New Mexico is if you're driving down I-40, you can tune into like AM radio, and they've got Ricardo Montalban narrating the history of the areas you're driving through in New Mexico as you're going down I-40, which I thought was kind of cool. But other than that, New Mexico is a wasteland.
Well, I mean, if he's giving you history about it, is it any good? Like, is it interesting history?
Kinda. I mean, it's the vistas, and the vistas in New Mexico are cool if you're from the east. But I live in Arizona, where the vistas are actually better. So, while I can sort of appreciate some of the vistas in New Mexico, it's kind of like low rent Arizona vistas. So, meh. So we've turned into J5's poorly reviewed books.
I was about to say that was our 30
Movies.
That was our 30 seconds of obligatory dead air.
Well, I'm trying to find out your question.
Oh, where he got the pizza?
Yeah.
I gotta know.
I keep coming across this gift of it happening, but I can't see.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if they had to like fly it in from Texas or from New York or something.
Caballos en Nombre. That does not sound like. That might be the name of the episode.
Maybe.
Debut, Breaking Bad's Pizza, Casa White is the show.
That would be Casablanca.
Oh, here it is. Okay. It is. I just need the picture. This isn't even in English. Vince McGillen. Misos Astasias Luis Optimito episode.
Are you having to translate Spanish right now?
MS Torino. Pasadena Tiso. Doesn't say.
Oh,
Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, How to Kiastos.
Saul, sir.
Venenzias.
Is it?
It's Venenzias
How do you know?
because I just Googled it.
Making Jay Fry look bad, are we?
I said, "What is the pizza joint that the pizza from Breaking Bad is from?" And it says, according to this, according to Breaking Bad pizza supplier Venenzia's, a local Albuquerque pizzeria is now called Gino's New York Style Pizza. Venenzia's is a joint. I mean, it's a chain. There's like tons of them here. They're the ones that have the 2-foot round pizza.
Yep.
How do you spell it? Because I'm getting diazepam when
Hold on
I
a
try
second.
Venezia.
Yeah. Oh, see, I was spelling it with a B. That's why.
Yeah. New York style pizza. I had to watch the actual episode. Oh.
In Phoenix.
Now it's in Albuquerque.
It says there's one in Phoenix.
There's tons.
Well, yeah,
of
it's a
them out
chain.
here. It's a chain.
Well, now I know where I'm going next time I'm in Arizona.
Did they distribute the? Because Pizza Hut used to have a book a slice kind of deal. So did they distribute the gay reading material, or did they just suggest the gay reading material?
We like to mix up the joints that we buy pizza from for the kids. Most of the time it's Little Caesars because they like it and it's cheap. But occasionally we'll do other ones. So we do a lot of Papa John's. We haven't done Domino's in a while because Jay doesn't like their pepperoni. But we got Pizza Slut last time.
There's a difference in the pepperoni.
Yeah. Yeah, the Domino's pepperoni really has kind of a kick to it.
It's spicy, yeah.
Yeah.
I like their
He
Italian sausage.
Ah, damn it. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Yep.
Ooh. I don't like pineapple, period.
Okay.
I do like pineapple on pizza.
No.
And I'll tell you one of the best ones to get. And most people do the Hawaiian, which is pepperoni or not pepperoni, but ham and pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, but what I really like is pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapeno.
Ew.
Skip the pineapple though. Then you got something going.
No, the great thing about jalapenos and pineapple together is they both cut out the bad parts of both of them and just leave it tasty.
Ooh, they offer pickled or fresh.
What is your go-to?
Always go fresh.
What is your go-to two-topping pizza?
Pepperoni mushroom.
Yeah, same.
Pepperoni and jalapeno. I like a low kick.
Kick you right in your tooth. Yeah, that video I sent you with the crab oil. She had the two cans that had the labels taken off and all the holes poked in it. One of them was pineapple, and the other was green beans.
Yeah, I figured that out. Which I've never even considered doing that. And our thing is, do we do it?
It lacks sausage though,
Yeah.
andouille or otherwise.
So she threw seasoning in the water. We don't normally do that. We have a liquid crab boil that we throw in for that portion.
That just
But
seems so expensive. Like, how much is something like that? Because
What the-
literally, it was like pounds of seasoning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the setup that she has is expensive, but it's nice. It's like it's one-handed operation for a lot of it, which is really awesome. Because if you've ever lifted, 30 pounds of crawfish out of a pot that's almost as tall as you, it's backbreaking to say the least. Especially if you got to do it a bunch of times. But the way we usually do our crawfish is we we will put crab oil in with the lemon and whatever else, but we don't put dry powder seasoning. We do that after they're cooked because we boil the vegetables in the crab oil and stuff, and that's enough seasoning as it is, just for the vegetables. You can throw it on top if you want. That's entirely up to you. Some people just like it like that. So
I appreciate everything boiled with the spices together.
Well, yeah, for like your potatoes and stuff, for sure.
Now, I didn't watch that whole thing. Does she use mostly Old Bay, or is she using something better?
Oh, it was very red, so I'm assuming there was a shit ton of Old Bay ingredients in it.
Well,
no,
no,
she's
if it's red, it's probably chili powder.
no, dude. There's such a thing as cayenne pepper. Come
There
on.
is, but cayenne pepper, as opposed to chili powder, is ridiculously expensive.
Well, she wasn't skimping.
No, she had a special mixture that she said they bought. It's like crawdads something or crawcane, something weird like that. It's a crawfish specific seasoning.
It's addictive, man. Croquet. Yeah, it was. I was like, fuck that.
Because if you're gonna throw that much that much cayenne into something, that's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. You'd just be cheaper to buy a big old jug of Frank's Red Hot, toss that in, same effect.
It's not the same.
Occasions.
I'm gonna have to save this
But
website though.
I want my corn and taters to have the same flavoring as the crawfish.
Well, they do. They just don't have the
color
seasoning.
color me
And-
weird.
and
but
look,
I want the same
doesn't-
kick. I want the same spice. I want it all needs to
Well,
taste
Sean,
homogeneous.
Hold on, calm down.
Well, that's
Calm.
questionable because she pulled all the veggies and stuff out before she dropped the crawdads.
Well, yeah, okay. Calm yourself, Sean. And look, like I said, we put crab boil, liquid boil in there, which is a seasoning. It's just not as strong as the powder seasoning, which comes later. And if you want to put that on your vegetables, that's on you. They don't really need it.
I'm upset that there wasn't sausage.
I've never really done sausage with my crawfish boil. We've done like hot dogs, but
Well,
Not
I'm not
like
doing
sausage.
crawfish.
Hmm?
I'm not doing crawfish.
I am not a big fan of andouille, so I prefer my
Andouilles?
crawfish without sausages.
Well, you can have Garrick's hot dogs.
well, and then the reason that we don't do the sausage in crawfish is because the oil messes with the taste.
What oil?
The crab
When you
oil's in the
boil-
middle.
No, when you boil sausage, the fat melts into oil. And that messes with the water, messes with the crawfish taste, messes with all that stuff.
Is Crockane seriously a name brand? Now I got to get some Crockane.
You can't go wrong with Louisiana crab boil or crawfish boil seasoning.
Crockane reviews.
Hmm.
Oh, now I have to get this.
It is a
Problem is, I'm the only
2.2
one in
pound
the
bag.
family. Oh, I'm the only one in the family to eat this stuff.
Oh, it's only $5.99. That's not bad. I was expecting way more.
There's a Cook Like a Cajun pack that's $40.
Let me see. Cajun ring, seafood balls, sprinkle. Oh,
If
okay.
this comes in this cooler, I'm buying it just for the cooler.
No, the cooler is just for effect. What's the listing for it? What's in it?
It's just crawcaneshop.com.
No. But what's the list of items in the Cook Like a Cajun pack?
I'm on Crockane's Instagram.
Oh shit.
Well, I don't know.
I can't tell if
it doesn't break it down.
Yeah. There's
This is
sizes,
a
one of each and two of each.
Crocane ball roe, dry seafood boil, and liquid crab boil. This ball does it all.
Ball Rouge.
They're injecting crab boil into a pig.
There's a Crocane gift sack. It comes in a like a crawfish sack. Looks like it's the same thing as the Cook Like a
This
Cajun.
is very not well done. Hang on. Shop now.
Oh, it's a Bloody Mary mix. That's what that is. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Crocane Jane Bloody Mary mix.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like they got
seafood boil, fish fry, a Ball Rouge. I have to read what that is. And
Ball Rouge. Looks like
That's
it's
a
just
fucking potato sack, man. It's not a crawfish sack.
we call it a crawfish sack, especially when it's colored like that. Because a potato sack, we think of like a gunny sack. Which crawfish sacks are usually like a weird nylon plastic shit. Gunny sacks are not.
dry seafood boil and liquid crab oil. This ball does it all. That's the Ball Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's G is like silent or roll.
Nice try, J Fry. Nice try.
50-pound box of seafood boil.
CrawCaneLLC.com. They did minced garlic too. I probably would have done whole garlic because
Oh yeah.
those
Cook
would
Like
have
a Cajun pack includes Cook Like a Cajun pack. One Crocane Jane Bloody Mary mix, one Ball Rouge, one seasoning all shaker cans, one seafood sprinkler shaker cans, one fish fry, one seafood boil, one Cajun rain.
What's the Cajun rain for?
Ice chest not included. You.
Ah.
Damn it. I'd buy it just for that.
You'd probably ask them to make you one, or like customize it with.
Yeah, that's
flag
$100.
shit.
It's $100 cooler, dude. They're not going to give me that for $40.
Yeah. Okay, Cajun rain, but it doesn't say what it is.
They've got. God, I hope this isn't seasoning. But they've got these wrapped crawdads that look like small lobsters, and it might actually be the season just shaped like it. Even though it looks more like a bar of soap, it might be a bar of soap. I don't
Mud
know.
bugs are small lobsters.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like it looks more like a lobster though. Now they got it for chicken.
They could do a lot to spice up this webpage. Get it? Spice up. If they actually had descriptions of what the hell it is that they're selling.
Well, Sean, you could offer your services to them for a fee.
For a fee, yeah.
One cooler. That's what I charge.
Get paid in cooler.
Well,
Good.
given that the fact that the dollar is worthless, coolers might be the new form of exchange.
No, there's precious metals such as copper, lead, and brass.
I don't know, but this level of HTML you want, guys, this is sounding like a too cooler job to me. Oh, just switch over to Twitter. And Lord is smiling at me. She's so beautiful. All right, it's 11 o'clock. We can get the fuck out of here.
Let's do that then.
I got a pee.
So, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Come to the after hour show if you want to chat.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will.